is ingenious. It's quality work. And there are simply too many notes. That's all. Just cut a few and it'll be perfect.
Alright, so here we are. It is poker day and we are at the entranceway, I think, to the Big Easy trailhead, so just on our way up to Blackhawk. So we're actually in the canyon, just taking a quick break just to record some thoughts before we go ahead and head on up. It is poker day Saturday. We came up actually on Tuesday and played a session. Did not go too well, and I think the reason it mainly did not go too well was simply because kind of a little casual, but at the same time we were reading, listening to some training materials, and actually tried some different things in game as opposed to kind of working them out in the lab, and that actually might be a pretty decent way of kind of a follow-up to this exact vlog episode or this exact recording, kind of how we work in the lab and refine things before taking them and putting them in game. So maybe some of the things we tried were a little out of line respective to the exact game state we played in, but that's yesterday, logically, I guess, and we're just going to drive up and just give it a go. So that being said, just kind of the same stuff, probably 1325, probably not some Omaha. I think we need to work on our 4-card game a little bit before we jump in there, but that being said, we should go ahead and have a good time. Strategy, you know, we're going to stay within our well-constructed ranges, all that kind of stuff. From our execution standpoint, just really focus on solid mindset, staying in a good frame of mind that allows us to continue to execute well. And then skill set, probably just go ahead, again, very same kind of straightforward stuff, just making sure that we're calculating all of the math along the way to go ahead and basically, you know, just again achieve, I think, hopefully what is a positive outcome and just good gameplay along the way. So kind of some general comments, pretty standard, I think, but then again, this is a pretty standard game. Talk about some hands as we go, and yeah, let's put the GoPro up on the car and go get it. All right. So here we are, we're on break. We've been playing for a couple hours. When the neon across the buildings come out or the lights come on, kind of a good spot to go ahead and take a break. So we are currently sitting up 325 on the session, which I think is good, but overall there's been a lot of volatility. No exact hands that I probably want to jump into right now. Maybe we'll talk about something on the way out of town or say that for a PioSolver, but talking about things kind of in a macro sense, the volatility really has been two parts. It's been part myself creating that from the standpoint of calling slightly dominated hand candidates, if not constructing a weak range out of position and then peeling in a lot of spots, so it just costs chips to go ahead and do that. But likewise as well too, there's also some run bad in the spot that occurred. But then likewise as well too, the players in the pool are actually making worse mistakes than probably I am in this spot. And overall the strategy, when we are employed correctly and find the correct hand candidates to go with the correct strategy, is working out great. We found a spot where we correctly pre-flop got in 10s for let me see here, $284, and the person just jammed, ripped it in with sixes and just found a six on the flop. Oh well, but like I said, categorical mistakes, and later we won chips back off that individual because they just continued with the same strategy. I think from a player profile perspective, probably over-aggressing in a way that they don't need to. Just really trying too hard and just doing things against the exact table and the exact profiles that just don't work. Especially mine, when I see certain things and I have evidence about kind of how they're playing or how they're constructing their strategy. Likewise as well too, I probably also made some profiling mistakes from the standpoint that players just arrived at certain spots with hands like, well, we're just going to call river. Given the exact cap structure of the game that we're playing, you can only bet or raise a cap of 33 blinds per street. So that's really the most you can go ahead and put in. So it creates a kind of a different dynamic. Obviously with the 1-3, it gives us the space to do and work a little bit more. The 2-5 game has less of that room, and then of course 30-60 is straight limit, and that just kind of is what it is. So on break, enjoying how things are going. Overall good. I think, again, kind of focusing this break on a macro kind of viewpoint, really looking to go ahead and reduce the volatility that I've been experiencing, especially the volatility that comes from my own hands candidate, but also at my decision making, and also the kind of the process that I'm employing to go through the actual game state. Just kind of look to reduce the volatility and kind of settle into hopefully just what is a nice easy finish on the session. But overall, yeah, it's a great night. It's beautiful. We're up on chips, so being slightly results oriented, we're doing okay in that regard. And then I think we're kind of dialing back in some of our macro strategies back to, I think, adjusted to the game state and more applicable if that kind of makes sense. Hopefully kind of we'll do a PioSolver, kind of deep dive. It's kind of the second half of the recording, second half of the blog, and then kind of go from there and show what those concepts actually mean, even though we're kind of talking a little bit in abstracts. Kind of out and about and out in the parking lot here, we'll make them a little more concrete. So yeah, just gonna enjoy a walk, take a look at what they've got going on here. Some great renovations. The area is just absolutely beautiful, and yeah, that's it. Hey, let's enjoy it and get back at it. All right. So here we are. We're actually at the end of our session. We've gone ahead and racked up. We were in for 5 and out for 13 and change across about 8 hours of play. So you can kind of do the math and just see where we ended up in terms of an hourly there. Overall, as you can see, from that result, we went ahead and shipped up in a variety of spots, but also we just ran hot. When you go ahead and make quads, when you go ahead and make queen high straight flushes, hitting kind of the inside gut shot for that, you just win, quite frankly. And then other people are just kind of barreling and just piling in chips into those exact hands. It's very easy to win some big ones, and as well a couple sets as well too. So just ran good. And I think to go through the hands and do the edit. They're extremely obvious spots. So the hands played super straightforward. They're just kind of, the way I think you would expect them to be played, but the net result was very positive. So we'll take the run good. I'm also very happy from the standpoint of the adjustment from the prior kind of breaking and taking a recording kind of session there, kind of, speaking to the camera. Went ahead and made the adjustment of reducing my out of position play where I'm putting in fewer chips. I definitely could have seen myself, when I did fold, I could have seen a few spots where I would have peeled with, second pair, reasonable kicker, but then of course be dead to an overpair on the board or overcard on the board that somebody else had made top pair and even a weak kicker with. So, and peel one there and so on and so forth. So anyhow, I definitely think that kind of removed a leak from the, bust a pass. I definitely think that removed a leak from kind of how I was playing and what I was doing and all the stuff that was kind of going on in the game. So really happy with that, happy with my adjustments, super happy with the run good. Again, very obvious spots and just booking a win. So yeah, so it was good. Overall I was very happy with the strategy that, actualizing itself and kind of how I analyze the game and move forward. So it's a win, no complaints, and yeah, so I think in the second half, kind of the informational cut with some PioSolver, I'll find some of those macro concepts and kind of go through those. I'll have to decide kind of what I want to put in there. But overall, really happy with the session, really happy with the strategy and the skill set work, and the execution kind of broke down a little early on. I think there was a couple things I was trying that just don't work in the game, or I have yet to fully kind of flesh them out. So we'll go back, get in the lab, get those worked out, and bring back some improved play. So overall, yeah, good night, good session, good result, and pretty happy. So yeah, so we'll just do it again. Good luck us, and next time. All right.